Yes, absolutely. It was quite easy to feel sympathetic for Rishi Sunak today. He is a self-professed tech geek. He was clearly very much in his element at London Tech Week, had done a very well-prepared speech, well-researched, knew what he was talking about. Finally finishes the speech, and the first question he gets from the media is, of course, about Boris Johnson. And you can hear his reply here.
Boris Johnson asked me to do something that I wasn't prepared to do because I didn't think it was right. That was to either overrule the HOLAC committee or to make promises to people. Now, I wasn't prepared to do that. As I said, I didn't think it was right. And if people don't like that, then tough. When I got this job, when I got this job, I said I was going to do things differently because I wanted to change politics. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's perhaps the spiciest, the punchiest statement that we've heard from Rishi Sunak pertaining to Boris Johnson. All weekend I've been speaking to Conservative MPs who have wanted Rishi Sunak, Conservative MPs loyal to Sunak, who have wanted Sunak to take the fight to Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson has stood up, he has thrown his toys out of the pram. They wanted Rishi Sunak to do the same. This perhaps is the closest we will get to Rishi Sunak fighting back. He says that he didn't want to overrule the House of Lords approval committee on the Lords that the peers that Boris Johnson wanted to promote. Now, presumably that means that there were peers on Boris Johnson's list who weren't on the approved list for people ready to sit for the House of Lords. Rishi Sunak said that he wasn't prepared to change the rules for Boris Johnson. He didn't want to go any further into the Boris Johnson issue. He was very keen to get back to focus and talk about what he was there to talk about, which was AI. I expect, though, journalists won't be prepared to leave it there.
Certainly not, and it does raise a lot of questions in terms of why HOLAC decided to butcher Boris Johnson's list, whether or not Prime Minister Rishi Sunak was involved. But as we are not going to follow the herd on all of these things, let's perhaps get to some of the substance as well. Artificial intelligence is a massive, massive issue, and Rishi Sunak is really trying to set the UK as the global leader in it.
He absolutely is, and there's a bit of a tension at the moment over exactly what Rishi Sunak wants to do. On the one hand, he seems genuinely very, very excited. As I say, he is a tech geek, and this stuff enthuses him more than almost anything else when I've heard him speak. He is genuinely keen to harness this artificial intelligence. He's really excited about the prospects. He talked about artificial intelligence even surpassing the Industrial Revolution in terms of speed and breadth of change and development. He talked about AI as a co-pilot to every single person in the UK, meaning that everyone doing their jobs could be made easier with an artificial intelligence buddy, if you like, sitting next to them, helping them, making their jobs easier and more efficient. He is genuinely really excited by all of this, determined to bring AI companies over here. But of course, he also wants Britain to be the sort of global regulator of AI. He's going to be in competition with Brussels for that job, but he's starting with this conference, which we're expecting to be the UK to hold in the late autumn, where he will bring people round the table to talk about how to regulate this extremely powerful new technology. Now, is there a tension there between wanting to be at the forefront in terms of getting the big AI companies to come and invest to build their businesses up here, and being the one to tell them, well, no, I'm afraid you can't do that, you can't do that? The other issue, of course, is corporation tax. There are plenty of US tech companies who have already been scared away from Britain as a result of Britain's now very high corporation tax, somewhere in the middle of the developed world, where we've sort of at 25% now, up from 19% thanks to Jeremy Hunt. Is it really plausible for Britain to be this global tech hub, this centre of innovation and investment, with corporation tax that high?